Ukraine has admitted to killing a senior Russian general in Moscow. Lieutenant General Igor Kirillov was the chief of Russia's nuclear, biological and chemical protection forces. He died when a bomb hidden inside an electric scooter exploded outside an apartment building on Ryazansky Prospect in Moscow. His assistant was also killed in that attack.
Investigators in Moscow are searching for clues to piece together the circumstances of what appears to be the targeted killing of one of Russia's top military leaders by Ukraine. The bomb that killed Lieutenant General Igor Kirillov and his assistant outside an apartment building was so powerful that it shattered several windows and damaged the front door. Shortly after the attack, a Ukrainian official said that Kiev's security service was behind it. Russian authorities said the explosive device was planted inside an electric scooter and was detonated remotely. The incident has been classified as a terrorist act, murder, illegal trafficking of weapons and ammunition. An investigation is underway at the scene of the incident to establish the circumstances of the crime and those involved. Igor Kirillov was the head of the Russian military's chemical, biological and radiological weapons unit. He was also considered a key figure in Russia's war against Ukraine. Just a day before he was killed, Kirillov was charged in absentia by a Ukrainian court for Russia's use of banned chemical weapons in Ukraine. He'd also been sanctioned by Britain for using chemical weapons on the battlefield.
I asked our Russian affairs analyst Konstantin Egert to tell us more about the Russian general and his killing.
Well, Kirillov, Anya, is probably the senior. I'm trying to remember anyone who was more senior than him among the Russian officers that died during this Russian aggression against Ukraine. He was lieutenant general, 53 years of age, basically grew through all the stages of military career. And he was quite an important person in terms of his position as head of the nuclear, biological and chemical protection or defense forces of Russia. He is definitely part of the leadership of the defense ministry, military leadership of the general staff. And he became quite famous, or rather infamous, if you look from the Ukrainian, through the Ukrainian lens, for constantly accusing Ukraine in his public briefings of using chemical weapons, of endangering the situation, for example, near a nuclear power plant in the Ukrainian held part of the Russian Kursk Oblast. So he was also a media figure, and his liquidation by the Ukrainians is, of course, an audacious act in near what seems to be like an apartment block where he lived in the northeast of Moscow. It's not a very prestigious area, but still, what Russian social media is now showing. I looked up the photos from Moscow. It seems that this operation was carried out with a mined or booby-trapped scooter, which was parked near the entrance to the apartment block. We see this quite disturbing, I would say, images of the two bodies of the general and his assistant, and a damaged black Toyota nearby. Russian has already confirmed that this is the car which the general used.
So, Konstantin, he was an important man. He was famous. And as you describe it, this was an audacious act. So how much of a blow is this for President Vladimir Putin?
Well, look, Anya, Russia is not a democracy. There are not going to be parliamentary questions about security of top officials in Russia. So in this respect, President Putin is quite safe. But of course, this is a signal that the Ukrainian leadership, the Ukrainian secret services are sending two top Russians. No one is safe. Those who do something against Ukraine are in our crosshairs. And of course, this is a powerful message. This is Moscow, and I do not remember, booby-trapped vehicles blown up in Moscow for quite a few years. So I do think, indeed, this is a signal to those top Russians that are involved in the war, we see you.
DW's Russia Affairs analyst, Konstantin Eggert. Konstantin, thank you so much for that.